Hi, everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Unfiltered Podcast. I have asked myself how music changed over the decades. Like, it's not like how it used to be. And growing up, I used to listen to the Temptations, the Commodores, Janet Jackson, Paula Abdul, Whitney Houston, Diana Ross, Aretha Franklin, Anita Baker, many, many more artists. And now they have Cardi B, Megan Style, Bad Bunny, Bunny Bad. I don't know. I don't even know what's out there anymore. When I used to be in the world, those are the music that I used to listen to, especially in the 90s. Now I listen to Christian music. However, I like a throwback, especially a Thursday throwback that I listen to 90s. And in my opinion, I don't think the music was bad in the 90s, honestly. I feel like in the 90s, the R&B, the hip hop, and certain rap was okay because they were relatable. Now, don't get me wrong. I know, like back in the day, they had a lot of, when it comes to rap music, when it comes to artists, that we're talking about like shooting, killing, and labeling females, bitches and hoes and stuff like that. I used to be offended by that. Growing up, I'm not gonna lie, I used to be offended by, rappers like, you know, um, Ice Cube, Eminem. The list just goes on and on. Rappers that I used to listen to: Tupac Shakur, Biggie, love them, rest in peace. And I used to get offended, when certain rappers, labeled these women, bitches and hoes. And growing up, I realized they're not talking about me. They're talking about women that they used to dealt with. You know what I mean? That just like groupie women. You know what I mean? That will do anything to be with a rapper, do anything like basically sell their body, follow them around through tours and stuff like that. So yeah. But going back to what I was saying, like the 90s were amazing to me. Like the music was just amazing. Like some of the music that I used to listen to, like R&B and hip hop, that I can really relate to. You know what I mean? Queen Latifah. You know what I mean? Like I said, Janet Jackson, Paula Abdul, Mariah Carey, Madonna. Again, the list just goes on and on. The music that I listen to, Boyz II Men, Jodeci, you know what I mean? It just goes on and on, and yes, some of the music we're talking about sex and stuff like that, but some of them were talking about love too. And again, they were like relatable, growing up, especially if you had a hard time going through relationships or, breaks up or with family, best friends, you know, it just goes on and on. And now they just have like pure garbage. They have pure garbage now, like that I cannot relate to, which I do not listen to. Again, I listen to more Christian music. But whenever I feel like I want to go through a throwback Thursday, I go back and listen to, you know, the music that I grew up listening to. And the reason why I brought this up is like I was going through my stuff and I came across my old cell phone, my old iPhone, and I just charged it up and I was looking at all my playlists. I'm like, oh my gosh, like one song the song that I saw on my playlist, I'm like, oh my gosh, this took me back like when I was in high school when this guy dumped me for another person. You know what I mean? And it was like, man, I wish music can be like this now. And now they're just talking about farts. They're talking about this. They're talking about like, men dressing up into women. It's just crazy to me. It's just really, really crazy how this world is now. And it's not like, again, not like how it used to be in the 90s. Like I used to, listen to Mary J. Blige. You know what I mean? Like my one of her favorite albums that I really love and I can really relate to. It's My Life. Oh my gosh, My Life. When I was in the world, it really helped me a lot through my breakups. My bad relationships. I can totally relate her lyrics and her songs, because stuff like that was happening in my life at that time when I was in a relationship. So, and now, again, I can't relate to any music now. What's out there now? Again, I don't even know who's the newest artist now. I really don't because I really don't listen to those worldly music anymore. I listen to my Christian music. the Christian music that I listen to brings me joy. There's some sorrow too. Again, it really stimulates my brain that I can put God first and think about Him and not think about the worldly music. However, when I was in the world, and then the songs like back in the '90s, they were a little bit decent. There were, I'm not gonna lie, they were decent music. They're not like garbage right now. And I always ask myself, I just wish I can just go back in time and then just bring all the artists back and then just play the music that was played like back over the decades. You know what I mean? Like I don't even watch the Grammys anymore because they don't have those artists anymore. They used to have Anita Baker, um, Anita Franklin, Patti LaBelle, all these icon legends, performing the Grammys or, what other stuff is out there that the Grammys, that's all I can think about, the Grammys and other shows. Now they only have performers that perform filth and garbage. I stopped watching it. I stopped watching it because I'm like, I don't want to see a half naked woman humping another woman. I don't want to see that. You know what I mean? It just like it doesn't do anything to me. You know what I mean? It's very sad that how it is right now that this is the world that we're living in. And I can honestly say about reality shows too. Reality shows, some of them are garbage, pure garbage. And I was guilty of it watching some of them, like Keeping Up with the Kardashian, Love and Hip Hop. I used to watch. What else? I that I used to watch. There's more. I just can't think of it right now on the top of my head. But there was more that I used to watch, but now I don't watch them anymore because they're not like how it used to be. You know what I mean? They're talking about like, getting butt fillers, injections in your lips and Botox and that. It's not like family oriented like back in the days when I used to watch The Cosby Show, Family Matters, 227, The Jeffersons, Three's Companies. You know what I mean? Like all these icon shows that used to be on TV, they're no longer anymore. And there probably are some of them now that I don't even know about. But when I was growing up, those are the shows that I used to watch because they were very family oriented, and you can relate to them. Especially the Cosby. I used to watch the Cosby the whole season. And it's like it was just fun to watch with your family because it was just so relatable. Excuse me. They were like so relatable. And then now these days it's just all about trying to like be famous, be on TikTok and Instagram. And I'm not judging, you know what I mean? I'm not judging at all. That's not what I'm saying because I was guilty of watching it, especially with keeping up with the Kardashian, pardon me. I used to watch that show religiously from season 1 to season 20, and then the network changed to go to Hulu. So I was guilty of it. But now I'm not in the world anymore, so I don't watch those shows anymore. I would love to see more family oriented shows that I can watch with my nieces and with my friends. But it just breaks my heart that time has changed and I'm fully aware of that, but it just sucks. It just really sucks, and I don't listen to that anymore, and I don't even watch none of that garbage anymore. It seemed tempting, but I just don't, you know what I mean? Because when you listen to certain music and watch those reality shows, it can really change your mind process and your thoughts that, what, if they can do it, I should do it too. I should like, do what they're doing and expose my body or do a YouTube channel or a TikTok video and just like expose my body and stuff like that. And it just saddened me because young girls and young men, they see that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? They think that these people are like icons. You know what I mean? That if they can do it, so can I. And it's sending the wrong message. Basically, it's really sending the wrong message, and they shouldn't, copy what these people are doing because it's just not it's just not the right thing. You know what I mean? I think people should just be themselves and try to figure out, what they want and what they're trying to strive in life and not, copy these, reality shows. And it's just sad. And it just breaks my heart. It just breaks my heart seeing what the world has become and what young, you know, teenagers are watching these days and thinking it's so cool and so fun and just want to like be idols. Basically, they're like trying to be idols of them. And my thought and my opinion is try to figure out yourself. You know what I mean? You don't want to be, idols of these people. You know what I mean? You just have to like figure out what you want to do and what you see your life doing. And by taking off your clothes and exposing yourself and doing all these videos, it's not the right way. It really is not, because you're going to look back 5 years from now, 15 years from now, and going to regret it. Really going to regret it. Because once you post stuff on social media, it's there for life. You cannot remove it, you cannot take it away. It is absolutely there. So it's super, very, very important to realize what you're listening to and what you're watching, because, the music has big influence on people. It had a big influence on me growing up, and especially TV too. And that's why I try to stay away from watching certain things, because they can really influence my mind and other people's mind as well. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that. That music and reality shows has changed over the years, and I'm just like really saddened about it. It sucks, but that's the way it is, unfortunately. Hopefully, they have more family-oriented shows and better music. Definitely better music. Like again, I was like talking to my sister like a couple weeks ago. It's like music is just not what it used to be. It's just pure trash now. It is, and it's disgusting, and it's sad, and I just wish we can go back time and then just go back to like the 90s. And I have to say the 90s and the late 2000 was good. Now they have pure garbage, and I just wish that music used to be how it used to be back in the day. And unfortunately, it is not. And that's all I have to say about that. So, thank you so much for joining in and listening to my YouTube channel. And hopefully, I'll hear from you guys, and I will post another video very soon. Thank you so much, and God bless. And I will talk to you later. Have a good night.